In the last video I showed you how to do a provisional cast on for my patterns for making stoles, and then I went ahead and I knitted the bottom border for a stole. This is basically the pattern. Of course, stretched out much more when it's blocked, but this will be the bottom part of the shawl. So now what I need to do is I need to pick up the stitches from the provisional cast on so that I can start knitting the main body, which will knit across the provisional cast on, then across the stitches picked up along this base, and then the other side of the border at the other side of the stole. Okay, so here we have the border. This is the working needle here. So basically what we want to do is get the other point of the needle and all the pink loops, we want to pick them up. So you just very slowly, very gently work your way along, picking up the pink loops all the way along. Now it pays to spend a little bit of time getting this right, because you're going to spend 50, 60, 70 hours working on this wrap, and you really want to, if you're going to put that much time and effort into making something, you really want to make sure that it's right from the start. Okay, so we're getting there. Yeah, I picked up a little bit of black there. I'll show you how to fix that in a minute. Okay. And again. Alright, so we've got them all on the needle. Now just to make sure that I don't have too much black, I tend to just go through and switch them. Ow! Points are reasonably sharp on these lace needles. And just grab the pink bit. See, there's a little bit of black on there. I don't know if you can see that. So what I do is I just skip the black and go for the pink. Again, skip the black, go for the pink. So this first bit is just to make sure, there's a fairly big one, so you just grab the pink and let the black fall. Okay, and you just work all the way along to make sure that all you've got is the pink. Okay, now what you want to do is put them back on the other point. So just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, drop that one, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay, so now you've got your stitches on the needle like that. You want to undo your provisional cast on, so you find the end where you finished, and get yourself a crochet hook, and you can either try to undo the knot, which can be a little bit tricky depending on how tight you did it, or if that's not working, and it's not in this case, you just get your scissors and very carefully cut the thread. Make sure you're cutting the black thread, not anything else, and it should just and then you can sometimes this works better than others. Obviously got that stitch hooked in there somehow. And you find your tail. Usually it's a lot easier than this. You should, and it's not being really difficult like it is at the moment, be able to just pull it and it should unravel. It's not going to today just because I'm videoing it, but you know what, that's okay, because you can just undo it stitch at a time. Again, another really good reason to use a contrast yarn, so that you can actually see what you're doing. There we go. The only difficulty you'll have is where you have actually caught some of the black on the pink. And that is not necessarily when you've picked it up. It could also be when you've knitted it in the first place, which is, yeah, it's a wee bit frustrating, but you know, if that happens, what you do is you lift up some of your black and cut it again. occasion there may be a little bit of swearing. There we go. Yeah, we're pulling it down. As you see, you just work away along. Okay, careful, of course, not to wreck your pink while you're trying to get your black out. So there we have it. Now, you've got your stitches on the other needle. So you should have a circular needle with stitches on both tips.